right. And we're glad
Always on the
you're,
right
we're,
side.
that's true. We're glad you're here. And it's going to be, I think, hopefully, we've got some good stuff for you. Um, and you know what? I got to get rid of this thing, of course. And it's always awkward. You know, there's not a way to just delete or lower that. What have I got? What is that? I'm going to get rid of that. I've got all kinds of stuff going, and I want to show you. And I'm hoping it works. Oh my goodness. I think that's the where I want to start, because I want to start over there. And I maybe want to, is that it? Okay. I want to start here. Ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do, wow, is that slow? Or is that me? Is that just them? Maybe I'm running a little slow. If there's a problem, let me know, Raj. What I wanted to tell you, and I hope, yeah, okay, this is good. I wanted to say that, on the Teacher Resource Center, we uh, talk about this building professional learning networks, and we try to add a little bit to it every week and talk about them. And we have been collecting these items in what we call flipboards, and they kind of cool. But and thanks to Raj, we have and I'm going to maybe just go through it real quickly again with you, because what we're doing is we're changing things over. We're going to change from flipboards. I'm in the process of doing it, and if you go there now, you'll see that some of them are gone. A lot of the activities and the resources that I put in there are gone. That's because I've kind of transferred them over to what we call Wakelets. And Raj has been going through Wakelets for quite some time. Really a cool thing, and it's a very easy thing to do. Wakelets is wakelet.com, as you can see up here. And if you go there, it's a very simple way to create your own login. This is mine, and I'm showing you what I'm doing. You can't see it yet because I haven't shared it yet or made it public, except for one, which Raj, if you go to your New York, I think I sent it to your Niagara Falls email. Okay, I did.
Yeah.
I
And
did.
I'm going to just so,
Yeah.
because we are in total sync here, I'm going to show quite a bit more about this
Oh, okay.
as
Well, then
well.
if I start into something, let
So,
me know. Because what I have done is, first of all, just to show you, and then Raj can do it at length, I have started, and I've, tried as I've gone through these articles, tried to come up with ways that we can put them into, collections or different, sort them into folders, groups, whatever, that more aptly fit them, rather than throw in Flipboard, we kind of flipped them, you threw them all together, and that was kind of, not really useful. So what we did is, what I've been doing is this, and these are the names right now, as you can see, and they may change a little bit, and basically what we have, we have apps for resources and specific 003 dots. You'll see that this is specific grades and subjects. Okay, let me go back. Tips for teaching. Okay, we're going to have that. Notice I have pictures here. I have not put the pictures here yet, and I'm going to, put an image there for each one. Enhancing teacher-student relationships. Communicating with home and family. Classroom management articles, okay? And of course, we have to have our technology, okay? And you'll see that I've put some things into each one, okay? And just to show you, when you get there, you will be able to get there soon, you will be able to click on them, and you will see the various articles. This week, I put on this page. Let's see if we get to this page. Okay, it's a page called STEM learning for those teachers who are working with STEM. And it's a really, I don't know, Raj, if this is one that is being used or, is, used in the STEM programs yet, but it has a lot of stuff and is starting to build and join the community. And it looks like it has some good things going right now. Okay, so you can click on these items, of course, to get to the various resources. And I'm not going to do that now, take all that time, because hopefully if you're interested, and some of you may be, if that's your area, you will, hey, go to STEM learning. Okay, it will be available in a few days. Okay, and again, another one. Oh, this is some of you out there, you have an iPad. Some of you do. Okay. And also, if you have an Apple phone, you can get them as well. And these are social studies apps. I've seen others, and we'll be putting them up as well. And notice they've got some there. It's just kind of cool. He's got some of them, a couple of them crossed out, and I have not had a chance to go to them yet. So maybe they're gone. I don't know. I guess so. But Brain Pop, Movie of the Week, things like that we probably know already. And but these are some really good things. You might want to take a look, and you might be able to work some of your how shall I put it? Oh, and that's not where I want to be at all. Okay, I think I've probably kicked out a Wakelet, I'll be honest with you. So why don't we go over here and go back into Wakelet, if you'll pardon me for 1 second, because I wanted to show you a couple more that, well, we can do it the hard way. Okay, I think that's going to take me in, and it may take a second or two. I'm sorry. There we are. Okay. Now, I also have been, just to show you, get you started, tips for teaching. We added a couple this week that you might, one is a really good resource. If you haven't been to the Cool Cat Teacher, this is a site that is a blog site. And well, let's just go here. I guess we can go here. That will, a lot, my goodness, they have lots of them. And if you have the Apple podcasts and go there, you certainly can. Maybe we should do that again, Raj, to show them how to get into those. Those are good. Or if they have Google, it's very, very similar from what I understand. But what's cool, if you sign up for her email, she sends you this 200 cool tools for schools, she calls it, and also for teachers. But it's really worthwhile. So even if you sign up and then unsubscribe at any time, so you unsubscribe, it's worth it. But notice it's pretty popular. She's reaching a lot of people, and she, what she does is every week she has different people on how to make math moments that matter. What I've learned from training for a half marathon, well, how to help a student who is always in the principal's office. Okay, again, students are opportunities, not obligations. How to teach presentation skills. It's got a lot of good things on it. The power of a teacher, and they're short. I think they're mostly 10 minutes or so. 5 random ideas to rev up your classroom. Boy, that looks good. He's been teaching, it says, for over 32 years. So anyhow, that's a cool one. And the second one, this is another one. I don't know if I should put that somewhere else, but 12 things every modern classroom should have. And this is Teach Thought, which is, again, a great site that you might want to sign up for. It's, it does this and talks through them and gives a little article and maybe some links. I'm not going to go through it. I'm hoping that you might be interested in going through it. The last one is, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to probably take, let's see, where is it? It's in there and you will see it. Where are we here? Oh boy, I'm looking for it. This is a terrific site. The free part of it, it is limited because they want you to pay, and it's a very expensive joining for a year. However, they do have a special for the rest of the year, and that's still about $69. But the free site is kind of interesting. Notice it says join free. Well, if you click on it, it asks, are you a teacher? Well, I am a teacher. I can have a free site. And it will ask you to, there it is. I was hoping it would pop in. It popped in what I did to register. Register, and I put in the stuff. The only thing is, down at the bottom, you had to, I skipped the free or the premium code. That's where you pay the money and they give you a code to put in. Okay. I skipped that because I'm not paying $209 for a year. So, and then I just clicked this and, didn't worry about the receive instructions. And I just clicked that and and then sign up. All right. What will happen is you will be sent somewhere in this mess. I'm trying to find it here. Let's see oh, there it is. You will receive a confirmation instructions, which you probably can't read. It's so small, but confirm my account. Okay. And once you're done, you can go to listenwise.com. And once you're there, you'll see that, well, I thought I had joined and logged in, but once you join and log in, it's one of these guys. I know it's here somewhere. No. Wow. This is really interesting. Well, let's just go. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go here again and log in. I am a teacher and what? Oh, log in. I am a teacher. Welcome back. Oh, it wants my okay. Duh. And there it is. I use something to do that and sign in. Let me sign in here. And once I'm signed in, it does take me to a teacher dashboard, which is again the limited one, but there's a lot of stuff. And this has got listening activities, really great listening activities for a lot of teachers, and for teachers for various levels. You can search for various levels. You can search for different topics, different subjects. The only thing you can't do the Lexile scores and things like that unless, it says get more with premium. Yeah, that's where they want you to join. But let's just, take a look at this down at the bottom. If you go down to the bottom here, there's some things that you might want to do. I would recommend, well, here are your lessons, and the current events is kind of cool. And what I would do is do the current events, and then I would do I'm trying to look for it now. Oh, down below there's a get our newspaper. Click on that and subscribe. And I subscribe. I put my Roadrunner address in, so that's why they're putting that in. They will send you, I don't know if it's weekly, but periodic current events articles and that you might want to use. However, you can use all those others. What I really like and what I'd like to show you is the blog. And that's what, again, I think I'd like, I would recommend that you either go to or check out. It's not one that is always look at this. This is a little out of date. That's the latest. But you can look at all the back ones. And they're just starting this. And this one, I have to admit, notice the Lexile listening. Well, that's coming to the premium, so we can skip that. Listen Free is changing. You might want to take a look at that. But here is a cool one that might give you kind of a guideline for listening activities, and discussing, writing. You can include all the activities in there, and probably link them to all kinds of different standards. Okay, but she has like I'm going to go real quick here. This goes through quickly. It uses one of the things called bird mystery, and what preliminary. What do you know about birds? And they talk, and they write down all the words. Then they listen, and they are asked to write. Noted. They are asked to note down questions. Okay, about as they're listening that they have, and then they are asked some questions. Okay, that you might want them to look for. Okay, as well. So, after the first lesson, they get together, usually in pairs or something, share. Then, as they get together in a group and share the questions, they write down words that are vocabulary involved with the story and with their questions. And they put down how many times that word is used. And then she actually has them listen again. And then they have another activity. And I'm going to just go through it quickly. And then, you can write in the writing books using some of the vocabulary words. They can have a quiz. They can do, but you can use that as a kind of a guideline to your reading, listening if you want. If you would rather, I'm trying to, if I can get back. Yeah, okay, I can. To the regular lesson. These are really they've got some good ones. Some of them are a little more involved, a little higher level. No, the American Dream, Shaping Perseverance. Okay, these are collections of topics. Okay, let's just grab the American Dream. Okay, it's January. Here's a Social Studies, I Have a Dream, and it is a listen to this story. There's no video. You listen, okay? And it's only 5 minutes long. And after the story, you have some comprehension questions that you might ask the students, okay? You might discuss. Here's some discussion questions. All right. See, if you're, okay. Again, listening organizers can do things. Language identification. Here's some related ones that you can use if you want. And again, see what they do is they do keep pushing that premium thing. There is a 30-day free trial you can try and then quit.
What do you get in the premium that you don't get in the free?
There is, okay, let's see if I can get that. There's a lot of stuff, Raj. You can set up classes, you can set up a slower Lexile score, you can organize the Lexile scores, so forth and so on. You can search by Lexile scores. Notice you can do this, by the way, you can do this at original speed or a slower speed if you feel that that's necessary for your students as well. That you get with the this one. Let's see, boy, if I can, because it's a. Let me just see if I can get here. Boy, I think this is gonna, yeah. And here, dashboard. I think I can go here. Yeah. Learn about premium, right there, Raj. Okay. I thought it explained. Oh, I thought there was a there was a chart somewhere. and I don't see it here, and I don't want to waste time looking for it, but there is a chart that will tell you, what you get as a teacher or a freebie and what you get as a chart. And I looked at it very quickly, and there were a lot of things, but I am not so sure, Let's see. I'm not sure. Okay, there it is. Okay, there you go, Raj. Here's what teachers can get, okay, for $299. As you can see, all
Okay.
kinds of
$299. You went
one
scroll
year.
down.
Oh, I'm sorry, for 1 year.
For 1 year for one teacher.
Yeah, that's expensive. This is 390. Oh, single subject. You have to select a subject, I guess.
Okay.
And that's, to me, and this is the school they request. Uh, they have, and again, they are really kind of pushy for teachers. They have a thing in here somewhere. And again, as I was looking through, I saw things where you can get it for $69 for, was it here? If I may. No, oh no, that's that page. Okay, that's it. There were special deals, okay? And one of them was if you can get your principal to listen to basically an ad for this and why it's good and why he should order it for his school. And I don't know if the principal has to sign, but if you can get your principal to do this and listen, they will give you a year's the rest of the year subscription. Okay, I'm not sure how it works exactly because I didn't really go into it. I'll be honest with you. Okay, but anyhow,
Well, I kind of like I like the idea.
the idea and the setup. Yeah,
none of this could be done. I'm not none of it. All of it.
Yes.
Could be done outside, listen-wise.
Yes.
With some due diligence on your part.
Very easily.
Using our tools, using free podcasts, using their
free
outline that you showed.
You've brought up an interesting topic. They even mention Newsela. Okay, Newsela, again, it does have a free and a paid. Let's see if I can just get in and if that's going to get me in. Okay. All right. And you can find different topics. This is a good site. Let's go to kids. The kids. And all right. What's nice is you saved it. You can skip the tour. First of all, you can do it if you have a Spanish speaking, you change the subject, okay, or the language. You can, this one you can, nicely enough, set it up for your whole class. You could set it up for maximum for the students who like that, need that. And now let's see if I can get this. Maybe I can show you how it changes a little bit. Now, if I hit this and hit minimum, you'll notice how it changed. Now the word count changed, the text level, so forth, lower elementary, okay? Now, to assign it, I think, I can.
Can you copy and paste the text?
Well, interestingly enough, yes. Where is that text set? Where is that binder? You can somehow. Where did I do it? Yes, you can. Present, save, share, print. I guess that adds. Does that answer our question? And
so you could print it as a PDF.
Let's see.
Save it into your
print
Teams or your OneNote.
There you can print this for the kids. Let's just hit print article for you. Okay, and It is being saved as a PDF.
right?
Yeah.
So you, again, a couple steps
I just
more,
went. I just went.
bring it into your OneNote
Yeah. There are the questions too.
or a team.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't give the answer, so you could do that for the kids.
Well,
Okay.
you could do this whole thing and have the immersive reader read it to the kids.
You could. However, I believe I thought it does read. I thought there was a read also, but I may be
Well,
wrong.
but again, we can control that
Yes,
in
yes, immersive
our
reader. You could
OneNote
put it into,
notebooks.
yeah,
And
you could put it in, yes, absolutely. What does this present? I don't know. Oh, that's I think it just takes, okay, that just takes all the stuff
yeah,
away. Yeah, which is cool, which is good, I guess. Uh, I'm not sure why. I thought I saw also a way for it to be printed. Read, but I may be wrong on that. Okay, but I thought it was at the top. Okay, okay, and
well,
yeah,
we're a couple of steps away if we're
yeah,
in
yeah,
uh, internet using
yeah.
Edge.
Oh, yeah, yes,
You can
and
use
yeah,
that feature right in
yeah.
Edge as
Okay.
well,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Uh,
rather than spend
yeah,
$269.
you could.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
go back to ListenWise.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
but
Oh,
I like the idea of leveling passages, and Newsela does that.
I just thought of something. May I try something? Control C. I'm going to copy that. Oh, well, I could have done it maybe. Okay, no, thanks. Why can't I just paste that? It doesn't want me to paste that. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see if I can get into that real quickly. Okay, no thanks. But I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I thought that Edge, there it is, read aloud.
Yeah.
You can do it right in Edge, and that's another.
Oh, that's what I'm
I could,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you don't, yeah. I like the idea of the immersive reader that you might want to save it and so forth, but
Well, I would definitely, play it all out because the immersive reader gives you so much more
oh yeah, more
versatility
versatility.
than
Yes,
this.
you can
Yeah.
make the print bigger, smaller, colorful, if needed. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, and you can even add in here. You can add notes. I think this almost looks like immersive reader. I wonder if Edge is and going toward that, which is cool.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and I think they're going to include it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I might go to Nizella using Edge, and Edge is on your oh, what shall I say? Yeah, it's on your school laptops. Yes,
Yeah. It's in Windows 10.
yeah, it's in Windows 10. But that's kind of cool. Okay. Hey, I mean, I'm taking all the time. I have one more really important, a really cool thing that I promised that we were going to do this week, Raj. Can I take another 5 minutes and then I'll shut up? Because
Okay.
Dave, who's not here this week, and we have to give him all the credit, Dave suggested this, okay? And it is, something that, really, really is kind of cool. And so I'd like to show you this. Uh, I've put it here to get us started. I'll show you how to get it. It is called Steps Recorder. And what this does, and it's built into Windows 10, what this does is it records the steps that you do in a process. And this would be good if you needed to tell the kids, say you needed to tell the kids, oh, this is something stupid, how to get to Wakelet. Okay? How do you get to Wakelet? Now, this is pretty simple. First of all, you start record. Okay? It started. I am going to go over here, double click my There, notice it. If you'll notice this, notice it'll be like a little red dot that disappears. Okay, now watch. See it there? It says click. It recorded that step that I clicked there. Okay, and I'm just going to do a search for it. Okay, see? And I'm going to say, okay, you want to click on Wakelet. All right, now those steps are pretty simple. There we go. There's my Wakelet because I'm logged in. That's why it would just take you to the Wakelet otherwise. But I'm going to hit stop record now. And what it does immediately is it will give you a list of all the steps that you did in doing this. And, you know, you can, it recommends that you do this before you save. You can review it as a slideshow. You can review and add additional detail. You can add additional details. You can review it as a slideshow. Okay, see? Double click on the Google pane. That was my first, and that was what happened. There's, okay. It's going, oh, that's why let me go back. Because okay. Okay. It's showing, it's showing my, interestingly enough, my, thing. And notice it's, I guess it's doing it rather quickly, but it shows each of the steps that I took, and now you can save it. Let me save it as a, I don't know, a Wakelet. I'm just going to call it Wakelet test because notice this is a little different. It's saved as a zip. And if you're not familiar with zip files, they're sometimes you can open them in different ways. But let's see if I can find the darn thing. Oh, there it is right here. Okay, what I recommend, I just right click on it, and oh my goodness, just click open, and it opens that. Okay, this is the file, and click on it. And generally, now please do. Oh, it's down here somewhere in one of these guys. It's an HTML, and it opens. It's a website, and it opened in one of these. Oh, there. Is that it? I'm trying to figure out where it went to. So right now, it is opened in one of these, and it will open in a website. Okay. Let me try it one more. No, it is opening, but I'm not. You know. You can extract it. You can save it in Dropbox, and do all kinds of stuff. Extract it to whatever. Okay, and that way it's taken out of the box. Okay, I just can copy it usually that way. But that's how easy that is. Okay,
Gene,
yeah.
Maybe I missed it. Where is Step Recorder?
Oh, of course. No, you didn't miss it. I did a stupid. I didn't tell you. Thank you. What I did was, if you go to your programs, I click on an A, that will give you all of these, and it's under W for Windows Accessories, right here. And oh boy, this is hard to get to. I may miss it. It's under, oh, there, I did it right there. Steps Recorder. What I did was I right-clicked, then I did more, and I pinned to taskbar. Now it's already there, so it wants to unpin. Okay.
So you can pin it to the start menu first.
Yeah,
which are your tiles there.
Yeah, your tiles.
If you want to put it there, yeah.
Yeah. Boing, and there it is. Okay. So if I were to go here, there it is there. Yeah. And you can do that, or you can just click on that and start it there. And if you were there, okay. So it's a really, I think, useful tool that might be used. You know, try it out, play with it, and then if you have any, and again, if you have any questions, let us know. Say, hey, tell me about or whatever. We'll be glad to help out. Anyhow, I am going to shut up, Raj. We got into Newsella and a few other things that were, I think, those sites are really useful. And listening is it's, is something that maybe we don't cover a lot. Maybe that we should.
Well, it's a standard and it's in the Common Core.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah. And
somewhere in there it needs to be addressed and
yeah.
all of that stuff. And I'm sure it probably is, but those are uh, different resources. I don't know what the
Yeah.
resources look like
Yeah.
that teachers are using for this.
Yeah. And we are seeing your screen. It's blue with a whole bunch of apps.
Icons. Yeah.
Apps. You cleaned up your screen a lot. Where's Disney? Or are you?
You want to see Disney?
No. I meant you.
You've got 10 hours? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go.
I could drive up there in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then pay. Well, I see. I'm not a. If you were a Florida resident, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, you're going to tell us more. And cool, this is good. And Raj, notice yours is similar. Raj is similar to mine, but he has a lot more stuff.
Well, I have 44 collections,
Oh
550 articles in those collections. But I've been doing this for over a year.
Yeah.
Working on Wakelet and watching Wakelet evolve into its present usefulness, as well as some things that are coming in Wakelet and so on. And, Gene and I probably once at least every webinar mention a Flipboard collect, a way to collect all of the things that we encounter when we're out searching around, doing Google searches, and so on. What I have done, this is my Wakelet collection. So let me take you where I'm going and what's happening with this. This is my web page. We reference those often. You can get to my web page. You can get to Gene's web page. Any school in which you're teaching. If you go to, let's go to Niagara Falls High School. Actually, we are at Niagara Falls High School. And you go into teacher web pages. You'll see my name. You'll see Gene's name. You'll also see our other partners who are temp, professional development assistants, and do things with teachers. But each of us has our own web page. And again, at your school, you find teacher web pages. Somewhere in that directory, you'll find me and Gene and Marie Bieksa and Shirley Teeter, our other temp. Gene and I refer people to these pages. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to test out the efficiency and, in quotes, the ease of use for using Wakelet on a class web page, and making it on a class web page, of course, then it becomes accessible to anyone, but most particularly if you have a class web page, it's for use within your class. It's a way to collect resources, point kids to specific websites, and so on. So I thought, well, let's see how Wakelet looks in that environment. So I went into my class web page and I added near the top curation and Wakelet. That's another fancy 21st century learning word. We are now curating resources and websites on the internet. It just means, as you might expect the word to mean, we're collecting them, we're organizing them, and we're doing something with them. So let's click on this page, and you'll see that this is what I created for my Wakelet introduction. Wakelet is maybe one of several have come and gone. It's a form of social bookmarking. Think of that. Flipboard that Gene and I have used for quite a while is another place where we collect information that we come across and preserving them, categorizing them, curating them for topically to pass on to teachers. We theme them and so on. So this is just a brief introduction page on, this is my landing page. And if you go to my landing page, there is a link with the recognizable logo, of course, on just about everything and anything you'd want to know about Wakelet. And it's kind of directed more so towards teachers in general use. Anybody can use Wakelet. It wasn't designed initially as a school tool, but it's becoming one. And there are some really nice features with it as well. So here it is. Notice Gene pulled his up. I'm now in Chrome, and up here is a little extension for Wakelet. When you were introduced to it, this would open up all of my collections. But again, I would, if you want to know more about this and you want to get into it, again, it really isn't rocket science. You work with it, you'll learn some of its features, learn it the hard way. Like I pretty much tend to ignore user manuals and instructions. Let me see if I can figure it out, because most of these are fairly straightforward. Some of the real fine tuning, you would find information on that within the Wakelet and so on, which I have been doing. So again, this is the landing page. I created a sub page for my other very favorite topic. We'll talk a little bit about that depending on what we have some time left tonight. And I'm going to keep harping on this, is this really fabulous tool built into Microsoft Office 365 all over the place called Flipgrid. But here is our Wakelet. And I have a Wakelet collection. So I go down here, I said, okay, let's add my Flipgrid resources as a Wakelet collection. Okay. So here is some information about Flipgrid. But right now I just want to talk about it pretty much by itself. So what I did was I took, and we're going to go into Flipgrid and I'll show you how to do this. And I embedded on my web page my collection of articles, information, resources, ideas, sharings, etc. about Flipgrid onto this web page. And there are a couple of formats, and we'll dig deeper into this if, in future webinars. But this is my collection. Now, if you recall from Flipboard, you kind of flip it like a magazine page, or depending on what device you're using to get into Flipboard, or in this case, Wakelet, you can flip through the various articles. So here is the start of them. So what I did was I built in just a little bit of help here where you can put in like some directions and so on within Wakelet. But this is, again, the focus is about Flipgrid, and it gives every student a chance to be heard. Every student can raise their hand and say something by responding in Flipgrid to a topic, to a brainstorming, sharing, really unlimited use of Flipgrid. When I get to that page, we'll talk a little bit more about that as we've done in the past. But up here now, I can flip through and I look at my grids by using the back and forth arrows, which now aren't cooperating. Here we go, caught up with the internet speed. These are the various articles that I took from my Flipgrid, from my Wakelet. And then any one of these then, notice what this is taking you through pages or the articles, wherever they have been pasted from, you'll notice here, most of my resources all come from my Twitter account. I follow many people, topics about Flipgrid, topics about Microsoft, topics about you name it with the educational technology. And when I find one that I like, I send it to my Wakelet collection on that specific topic. And I'll try to show you that shortly. But these are all articles about Flipgrid. Okay. So let's go back into my Wakelet. And all of those articles that you see about Flipgrid came from this resource here. Here are, I'll say there's almost 60 items in that collection. Here are a number of articles. You'll see our favorite word there, Wakelet. Here are a number of articles. The fifth C, I came across that term in a blog or something at some point. The fifth C is that word I just used, curation. Curate. We have communication, collaboration, creative thinking, creative problem solving. Now we have creation and curation, rather, that there are ways to do that because of the amount of information. When you think of it, and we hit our heads over this, that's literally, actually within our grasp when we touch a smartphone. The amount of information that has been produced and is produced every day across the world, 24 hours a day. What do we do with all that information? That's where this whole idea of learning how to management comes. Where do you store it? What do you do with it? How do you make some sense of it? And that's what this collection here is about. And I'll be putting a fifth C collection up on my webpage where you can take a look at it as well. So I'll go into this collection and I'll be sharing these out. But this is, again, we're in Wakelet, and you'll notice some options here. And that is covered in that ebook. The link to it, again, is on my webpage. So here are curation ideas. These are not in a specific order, though you can order a Wakelet collection, and I can show you how to do that. But these are a whole series of articles about managing information. And one of the things I see repeated often is, for using a Wakelet in your classroom, is to put up a link to a collection of resources that you've put together for a study topic. If you're doing research on animal habitats, you're doing research on my favorite, the giraffe, or the elephant in the savannah, and preserving animal habitats and so on, you could collect some articles, some websites, and so on, and put them all within this little container, the Wakelet, and let your students go off on that. What's really interesting is, because of Office 365, we can share a Wakelet collection. Look at this. I can share it right into my Teams, Office 365 Teams. I can share, this is the a little, the visual code, the little GIF, not really a GIF, but it's a QR code that will take you to that collection. So there are a number of ways of sharing it within your teaching environment in your classroom. And if you're into 365, hopefully you are or will be, you'll be creating and working in the Teams atmosphere. You can share a collection there. So it's just as simple as, now I've already shared this one, so I want to go to another collection that I have. let's say, coming up in April is Poetry Month, okay? Augmented reality and so on. So let's say, okay, I'm going to go into my poetry collection, and I'm going to, well, it hasn't given me the share option yet. Let's see, if for some reason it's not allowing me to do that. I mean, if I can edit the collection, there's some nice little things you can do with graphics,
Raj,
and so
did
on
you
with
make it
that.
public yet?
I may not have. That's true. That was one of the sharing.
Yeah,
And
I
all of
ran
my
into that
collections
today.
were.
Edit, yeah, I have to edit the, yeah.
I'm going to make it. Yeah, see, I made it private.
Yeah, now I
Thanks,
think,
yeah. So now I can enable. Okay, there looks like there's a question there, Gene. I don't see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching you, and I apologize
Okay.
for that.
Okay, now I want to go back
Google
to
Doc
the.
is the collection in real time. Is the collection in real time like a Google Doc?
I'm not sure what.
Yeah, which collection are you talking? Are you talking about the one Roger
Not
is
me.
showing? Yeah, I'm asking,
Oh,
is it
oh.
Catherine? Catherine, could you tell us which collection are you speaking of? Was it the one Raj did, or one of the others? Yeah, I get that all the time, and I don't know what that means, Raj. I just hit yes.
I'm afraid of that.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's. I wanted to show that. Well, let me discard the chain. I'll come back to that because now I'm in the
now,
edit mode.
now you have to
There,
save
you know
and
what I
exit.
didn't do?
Yeah, I didn't
I
save and
don't.
exit.
I'm going to make it public.
Yes.
Publish it. Here we go. The old, we forgot to save it thing. Now I want to
There
share it,
you go.
and I want to save it to Teams, Microsoft Teams.
Yes, and it opens up.
And then it's going to sub prompt me for a channel.
Oh, you're logged in already. Okay.
So here I want to go to the, let's see, share to a channel. What's nice is, and just for a mention here, and we will go into that in detail at some future time, I can share this to a channel in Teams. So I may be using some Teams, some terms that you're not familiar with yet, working with Teams. I'm going to go there very quickly, so because it takes a little bit more in there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
There's we're going to go into share it to tonight's webinar. I have a channel already created. But notice here, create an assignment. This is a tremendous tool within Microsoft Office 365 and your Teams. I can create an assignment that would use some of the resources I'm sharing from this Wakelet collection, create an assignment where students may have to pull some information from some of these resources, and you can throw it all into an assignment. The assignment can be then arranged in such a way as that it has have various point values. It could be, then you can grade it, and the latest news from Microsoft Teams, etc., is that there is going to be a direct link and connection to seamlessly integrate grading done this way into PowerSchool and PowerSchool Pro. So you don't have to do things 2 or 3 times to get a grade posted. All of that would work together, and I'm I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to share this into my Teams, and so I can close this now.
Okay.
That now.
And I'm going to ask you a question.
And what I want to do is go to my. Go ahead.
Okay, and it fits in. Catherine has said, once you have shared it with, say you've shared it with your students. Can different people on the team then add to that? or is it still only?
Depends how you share it. It depends how you set up the channel. It depends how you
Okay.
set up, how the Wakelet itself is set up.
So
and notice, because sharing, you can have, the answer is yes.
yeah, if you set it up.
You can have co-contributors. I'm jumping the gun on Teams here a little bit, because within a team and within a, let me go to my teams. Let's see. My Sunday night webinar is a team. Like here is Mr. Leahy. He has his second grade class set up as a team, and so on. This is a lot more than we can deal with in the next 3 minutes. But here is my Sunday night webinar team. My team can be set up into, my team is maybe my whole class, and I can subdivide that class into groups, and we would call those groups channels. So I can send information to one group of students who might be studying, let's say, like example over here, giraffes. Another group might be studying elephants. Another group might be studying South American rainforest, whatever it happens to be.
Or
and
Raj,
then
that would be a great place for Newsela.
Directly. Pardon me?
I'm sorry. That would also be a great place for your Newsela that we talked about, where you put in different levels, your different PDFs.
All of those things.
Yeah, you could use it there.
But again, you no doubt do group your reading. Your reading groups are leveled.
Yeah.
So that could be sent right to that group, and within that group, you know, depending on the range of ability of the students and so on, you would then be able to. Let's see. Oh, I know. I put it in my notes. You can share that out. This is the Wakelet collection that I sent to this Teams Notebook channel, tonight's webinar. And if I click this, it's going to take me out to that specific Wakelet collection. You're seeing, and here we are. So if you had a collection, like I said the poetry one, it's not there yet. There is. It's kind of like your synchronization between your hockey game and your on your iPad and so on. Things aren't immediate. They're quick enough, and you probably wouldn't be doing this on the fly. But again, so I've got this whole thing organized so that I can feed my Wakelet collection by simply going up in here into my toolbar and looking at my collections. And again, to the question, I can specifically designate contributors by sending them this link, and anyone with access code can join this collection. You can do it via email, but you can do it this way here, and you can share things, make this editable. And then, of course, there's a QR code. There's a whole lot of things that we can do. And Gina, here we are at 9 o'clock. Yeah. I didn't even really get to talk about.
I'm sorry. We got kind of
Flipgrid, which is, again, I'm going to beat this to death until people start doing Flipgrid in their classroom. It's a piece of cake. Got word this week from the technology committee that being scheduled, and perhaps a purchase order went out this week for a complete refreshment of the student devices in K through 2 or 3. So maybe by the late spring or by the end of the school year, you'll have enough devices, because of course with Flipgrid you need that camera and so on. But there's a whole lot of possibilities coming. I want to hear from you by way of the survey, what you want to focus on next. We will be spending a lot of time on this as I collect more information and show more about what you can do with Flipgrid. It's just an exciting, easy tool. I had my 9-year-old granddaughter here today doing a Flipgrid with me.
Yep.
I was going to show that to you, so we'll save that for next week and a whole lot of
Yeah,
possibilities.
and next week, I think we ought to show them. You have the little wakelet up in your extensions. We ought to show them how to put it there and how to use it.
And it's an app
Yeah, well,
within Office 365.
okay.
I
So
go
you,
here. Uh, there is a wakelet option
oh, you know
down
what?
here.
Is that fairly new? I did not see it.
I don't know how new it is. It's
I
there.
did not see it last week. No, no, not a couple of weeks ago. So that's interesting. Very good.
Let's see if I can find.
Yeah, there it is. Wakelet.
There it is.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Hey, well, look, we've
And
kept
it's
these
easy to
people.
work
Yeah.
with. So,
Yeah. Okay.
oh, perfect way to end.
Because
Something
of the
went wrong. Of course
misconfigure, you
it
got
did.
to go for configure it. But yes, we'll work on it. Next week, we'll talk how you can how you can put the app up here, how you can curate with it very easily, right? And
Oh, I'm going to show you what I
you're
do.
gonna
I'm going to on
you're
my
gonna
smartphone where I do 95% of this.
yeah, and we do Flipgrid, Raj is going to tell us more about Flipgrid, and we hope you will join us. Don't forget the thank you note has the survey in it. And with that,
Yes. And if you did ask a question or re-ask a question in the survey, we
yeah,
will get to it
and
this week.
Catherine did say yes. I hope your question was answered. If not, put it in there, please. Again, yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes we miss things, and please ask us. We'll get them. Hey, with that, good night. We hope to see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.
Yes.
I'm
Good
gonna
night, everybody.
I'm going to change part. I'm hitting the wrong button, Raj. Okay. Good night.